Market recap October 8th, 2018 by IBC. First, we look at the SPY today. In the morning, we started lower, got back to even, was in positive territory for about half an hour before the soft began. This is when we see major high-flying tech companies come down like Square, iRobot. Then price bounced around throughout the noon session and then rallied into the close. If we look at a longer term chart, the white line here is the breakout from January highs. Today we undercut the lows of September 7th and then bounced back to recapture the 50-day on the S&P. NASDAQ 100, this is where a lot of beating has taken place lately. Found support at the 100-day moving average, closed above it, which is now a good sign. However, we'll see how this one plays out. We've had massive selling over the last 3 days. IWM bounced at the 200-day moving average, also bounced at the previous resistance level that served well for selling rallies in the beginning of 2018. We'll see if previous resistance turns into support here. However, put call ratio is at a high of 1.2 today. So anyone that's looking to short or is looking to reinitiate some of your hedges should stay away, because now there is a high probability of a bounce heading into tomorrow. Top news today is Brazil ETF. Brazil got a 7% bump because of the election results. Following up from that, we also see several big cap names breaking out. Green Plains Chemicals. This one's coming out of a consolidation below the 200-day moving average. On a longer term chart here, we can see that volume today is near average. However, price action is very good given today's market environment. This one is playable using long-term options. ILF, Latin America name, worked well because of the Brazil bounce, more diversified. If I were you here, I would take either a position in EWZ or ILF, given how beaten up emerging markets have been in 2018. SBUX, another name that jumped higher today, up 1.5%, or almost 1.5%. Broke above the 200-day moving average. We'll see how this one plays out. Consumer discretionary name. We are heading into the holiday season, which is typically a good time for coffee makers. TCF Financial. This is one financial name that is holding up quite well among all the financial stocks. Found support at the 200-day moving average. This is the first time it's touching the 200-day moving average since it broke out of it in September of 2017. First breach that found support is typically tradable, so another name to keep on your watch list. XEC, another energy name that's making waves lately. This one recaptured a 200-day moving average. For more aggressive traders, today is a good way to entry. Another one to look for is the horizontal line at 102.5. If it does break above, we're coming out of almost a year-long trading range. It looks like a busted head and shoulder, or a busted inverse head and shoulder. Another way to play this is to buy at the breakout at 102.5. Several more names we want to cover today. LW, Lamb Weston Holdings. Now, we're looking for a strong stock. This has to be it. Breakout during a difficult market environment. Up about, let's see, this would be a buck and some change on strong volume last Friday. Today found support at the 4-day exponential moving average. Base is a little short at only 2 month long, but these can work sometime. We see here that the base did undercut the previous 2 bases. So that's a good base reset. Something that we do want to see in these shallower bases or these shorter time frame bases. Earnings are growing at a very strong clip here. So do look for this stock to take leadership if stocks do well into year end. Some additional names we can pay attention to: CNDT. This one's trading into previous resistance. Stochastics are oversold, still trading above the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. Look for this one as more of a swing play heading into the week. And PGTI, PGT Innovations, this one's growing at a very strong clip, especially earnings. What we do like here is it found support at the 200-day moving average, traded up 3 days in a row, which if we look at the Qs, down 3 days in a row, SPY down 2 days, flat today. So PGTI, one monitor. If and when this market turns, a good way to play this is to use swing options that are dated either November or December, or just buy the stock and put a stop at 19.5. Same thing for CNDT. Use precaution in buying these swing trading opportunities. However, we do have put call in our favor. We do have IWM finding support at the 200-day moving average. We do have shorts getting giddy. A lot of people are looking for opportunities to short. If you look at here, SQ, just a washout day today. Our IRBT, same thing, down 8.5%, essentially wiping out multiple days of gains. PYPL, same thing. PayPal Holdings broke the 200-day moving average. This is when the late shorts tend to get in, and when they do, the market will turn against them. So we want to have some names in our back pocket. CNDT is definitely one of those. IT services technology name. PE is at a 20. Earnings are growing at 81% year over year. Prior quarter grew at 37.5% year over year. Relative strength is strong here, so keep that on your watch list. CNDT, PGTI, same thing. We've covered this one already. I'm not going to beat this dead horse. FLT, another name to monitor only because if you look at the horizontal trend line here, stock did break out of this multi-month trading range from late January to about June. Then it traded sideways, tried to break out again in late September, failed because the market fell apart. What we like here is it is finding support. It found support multiple times at this 215, 210 price range. Once, twice, thrice. If it works out, it could work out beautifully. Earnings are growing at 31% this quarter, 34% quarter prior. Revenue is consistently growing around 10% year over year. PE is at 24. We like to believe that the market's going to take down these higher PE stocks first before they touch these lower PEs. FLT is another one to monitor if and when this market turns, or even just make a position today using 200-day at 208 as a reasonable stop. FMC Corp, another chemical name, broke the 200-day. This is an advanced entry point, more suitable for aggressive players. We do like to see it break 93. Got a trend line here. This is also a declining trend line. Do like to see that it broke above, held above. One name that did not hold above its declining trend line is Canada Goose Holdings. We got very excited about this stock last week. Broke out on Wednesday, or the week prior, broke out on Wednesday on just tremendous volume. 3.9 million shares traded over 1 million average. Made a couple good days of return and then just fell apart because the market fell apart with it. FMC is one that also broke out on last Wednesday. Volume was double the average, and then rightfully so, we held above the 4-day today, held above the 4-day for the last 2 days, even managed to stay above the low of 90.05 on a breakout day. So FMC is one that we do plan on entering tomorrow. If it does break above this 93 price range, then 97.5 is also possible. Last name to look at today, Grand Tierra Energy. Stock broke out of this 3-month base, bounced support today, bounced at the support line, trading above the 50, 100, and 200-day moving average. If you look at fundamentals, earnings are growing at 300%, and then 66% the quarter prior. Revenue growing at 70%, and then 46% the quarter prior. One thing of note, energy is making a strong comeback lately with utilities. If you look at XLU, very strong day last few days. XLE not as strong, but holding up very well. Compare that to something like XLF, holding well, but this is just a dead horse and been a dead horse throughout 2018. QQQ fell apart last 3 days. IWM fell apart last 3 days. XLE holding tightly. XLU even up throughout the last 3 days. So list of stocks to play if we do get a bounce and heading into the week of October 8th. Thank you very much for watching.